Cranking. So I'm going to show you on the back end of something right here, just for selling hardscapes, because this is a new venture that I've kicked off, and this is actually coming back to full circle of what's really going on with like landscaping, hardscaping. Let me double check on this, make sure that all this is good to go. And let me make sure I mute that. That's not awkward. All right. All right. So there's a lot of components to the chatbot. It's really helpful. You've got your dashboard here. I haven't even put together this bot, so you're going to see this fresh. And you can see here, this is from zero, absolutely zilch. And one of the things to note is that with the chatbot, you want to be ready for something. You want to make sure that you've got systems down. You actually know when people are, when you're talking to people, because for me, when it comes to building a chatbot out, you're putting energy, you're putting time into this, you're putting your dedication, because if this is something that you really want to take time for, it really can help compress your time on helping with FAQ support, different types of different types of nuances that really that bog you down, that still need to be taken care of, but also they need your attention. But at the same time, it's not what you need to be doing. You're the leader. You're the guy or the gal that's really one in charge. You don't need to be spending time with answering FAQ questions. You need to also be working with be able to build your business. And so it's really cool, because with that you've got data, and the better your data is, the better you can improve multiple facets: your content, your messaging, some of the things that are getting people's attention. Throughout that entire automation, sometimes people will drop off, but it provides great data to know, okay, you know what, maybe we need to update this, patch it up a little bit, make it a little bit, just improve it. But there's different aspects that also with your team, if you have a team, an admin team, it's very useful to be able to help dispatch tickets to them. If you have Zendesk, if you have different types of tools in your toolbox or in your tool shed. And many chats a very straightforward platform. It's $10 a month for the pro version of it, so there's nothing like fancy to it. But when it comes to the automation, it is very flexible. This actually integrates right into PayPal and Stripe, so it makes taking payments for whatever the reason may be very useful. But also too, when it comes to the settings side of it, you've got pretty wide capabilities. So let's just crack into that really quick, and let's go ahead and show you here. With payment integrations, you've got Stripe and PayPal, you can see here. Then you've also got notifications of users for new orders. So that comes in handy, really good for e-commerce. All right, you go to integrations. This has got hardline integrations into Google Sheets, Shopify, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, HubSpot, CRM, and ConvertKit. These are the hardline ones. So these are not things that you'd have to like backdoor and like mirror ping pong, so to speak, over through Zapier or Integromat or any kind of like third-party integration platform. But these are the ones that you can just tie directly into it. So it makes making payments easier, collecting data 10 times easier, especially when you can format a Google Sheet properly to help capture their name, email number, any kind of questions you're asking them, catalog those answers to improve things. And so it's really, really helpful. And especially when it comes to the SMS. This is one of the cool parts with the text message side of this. Let's go ahead and make sure I'm connected here. You want to make sure that you're all set to go as far as the compliance on the back end. Facebook's got a lot of different updates as far as the key tag, like the tags and different types of engagements with people when it comes to Facebook Messenger. So your number one goal is not to keep them all on Messenger. Like, this is not the goal here. You don't want to just pigeonhole everything into one. You want to make sure that this bot pings into literally everything else that you've got going on. But you've got your offer here for the moolah that you want to be able to drive people to, but there's a process to everything. There's levels to it, right? Like there's different things that people have to get to that in order to get to here. So whether they've already got XYZ done or XYZ done and they're already ready, which is like 4% or maybe 10% of the people you're talking to, depending on your targeting. But in the immediate, when you're talking to people, sometimes it can be pretty tough to dial in and know exactly what they need. So you want to make sure that no matter what the nurturing sequence is, no matter what that looks like for you, that you have that pretty well fleshed out, that you know exactly what it takes to get your sales, to make your sales cycle, your turnaround cycle as far as talking with somebody and then having them sign on the dotted line. So you want to make sure that you have a pretty good feeling for that before jumping into a chatbot. So with that being said, let's kind of jump over here really quick. One of the things is you've got a lot of components, even up here, with different growth tools, your API, there's even templates that are within ManyChat. Some of them are pretty decent, but you can go in there and kind of update some of them. But none of them are tied into your existing stuff. But they're really good sometimes to go based off of, kind of use some different components to it, and kind of just Frankenstein something together. It just depends. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're terrible. It just depends on what is your goal. So that's part of having that creative eye to knowing, okay, you know what? There's also the idea. This is a light bulb. Da, 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 not a mushroom. There, that's supposed to be a light bulb. Oh man. But there's a light bulb, and there's also there's the creative. This is supposed to, I'm gonna just do like a cog that looks like a bad egg. But that is what it is. That looks like a really jacked up Flintstone tire, but you've got both the ideas, the creative side of it, then you've got the technical. Because when it comes down to this side of it, you can't just have all ideas, creativity, and have nothing else really going on. You can't just have all boring technical stuff, because you have a bunch of moving pieces that make no sense. And so you want to bring these two together so that way they can just make a very happy person. So let's go ahead, and because your systems are supposed to support your vision, not the other way around. And so that's where, because your vision is not supposed to adapt to your systems, and I'll say that in all contexts of saying that you definitely need to improve things. The systems are going to help support that, but your vision is what drives the systems. Your vision is the fuel in the when it comes down to really truly being able to grow as a person. Because until you grow as a person, you're not going to grow as a company. And because there's mental, emotional, and spiritual battles to all this stuff too, in addition to also with the technical, the business, the legal, and every other side of that as well. So you have a dashboard here to track a lot of your subscribers, the language, their gender. I need to actually subscribe to my bot so that way I can personally get notifications. And let's come back over here, that aside. Content overview, so you can look at your flows. Your flows are the individual breakouts of a chatbot, so that you can kind of manipulate, like look at the flows like Legos. The growth tools are kind of like the handshakes. The sequences are kind of like really the follow-up campaign and different types of ideas, and I'm going to be doing different things for like Tuesday tips. And so this way, every week you're going to get an idea or a very funny thing to help with ease your day. And so, but also with the selling hardscapes, we're going to really start to dive deep into like networking and some other things too. So it's going to get really cool. Facebook ads, yes, you can actually run a Facebook ad from here. There are ups and downs of that, of course, but let's go back up here to the dashboard. So you can look at all this stuff, and as you saw, you can click on these things and know that the trigger rules, we're going to go over that a little bit later, because that won't make any sense until we kind of go over these things. So we're going to just really base all of this out to where you can actually just get started, play around with it, have fun with it, because that's key. When you're going to the technical side of stuff, you want to make sure you're having fun. All right, let's go and make sure I'm subscribed here. But to do that, so the reason why you want to subscribe to the chatbot is to make sure that you can personally get notifications. Now, when it comes to you having an admin team, you definitely want to go to settings here to actually, let's go to users. Now, depending on who you want and like what level of access you want, like think about when you're adding this person, are they like my executive assistant? Are they my admin, like my project manager? Are they somebody that's a contractor? Are they someone that's here just for a little bit? Just kind of look at that and use your best guess, and you can actually let's see if when you can click on it, they'll actually, okay, so every one of these will have a description down below it, so thank God they have that now. But this way you'll understand really just kind of just with the honest thought, just say, okay, you know what, do I trust this person? But also too, what is their role? You don't want them to be overwhelmed. You don't want them to get sucked into the minutia of an admin work when they're really just a live chat agent just answering questions. Like, it's kind of overkill. So let's do that. We'll just come back over here. So you just, oh wait, sorry, let me go back over here, because when you hit that, let's say live chat agent, you hit generate a link, and then that's what you copy this and you send that to the person. And so this way they can go through this process of actually signing up and just subscribing. Oh, hang on, sorry, I'm confusing you. I don't mean to, if I did, sorry. But you send this link to them and they click this, and this is what pops up. So they just walk through the different steps of subscribing. It may prevent me from doing it because it may track my IP address and know that I'm not, that I'm just a regular Joe. But we'll make sure. So this is what they're going to see. They're going to be like, what is this? They're going to ask the questions of like, what do I do? Okay, so yeah, I've already got access to it. Let me make sure. Let me just pull this up. Show you guys. There we go. All right. All right, so this is what they're going to see, and you want to make sure that they hit agree, sign in with Facebook, walk through the steps. I don't want to jump in through it myself, but it's pretty straightforward. But just want to make sure that I don't get prompted to sign into Facebook when it's on incognito. But anyways, we'll go back to here. So that's pretty much what you'll see. And so if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below the video. But let's go through here. Let's go back to dashboard. So that's kind of how, that's a pretty straight line, beeline, and how like a good overview of like what comes with the dashboard on ManyChat, and also what you can track here on the front end. So I just subscribed to my own bot. Let me actually update this. So let's see. All right. All right, so once we go through here, it should update that, be fine. Just want to make sure that we're good. I'm getting notifications. Just to double check. Sorry for the slow load time. Zoom has a tendency to slow any computer down for whatever reason. It's a hefty app. Let's go back to that. All right. Now, one of the things you want to make sure that you get all your wires crossed. You want to actually, you want to make sure that when when people are talking with folks, like right into there, like I'm going to have this up whenever people talk, like in ManyChat, so they can see my face. Let's go through open. Okay, yeah, definitely open explicitly, because any message that starts a conversation, to a degree, it can be good, but also can be pretty overwhelming. So I like to be very specific and dedicated, laser focused whenever I build out a bot. And so when it comes down to really like when someone really needs help, there's a difference between an emergency and emotional emergency, right? And if you guys are a project manager or business owner, you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially you pastors out there. Y'all know what the heck I'm talking about. Live and love, right? All right, so let's go through here. Growth tools. Growth tools is a really cool way to actually get people's attention. So you want to, for here on the branding side of it, I always disable the ManyChat branding, so that way it's the branding that I want them to see. And then come through here. Let's go to, oh, okay. I guess I didn't subscribe. All right, let's go back over here. So, oh no, hang on. Ah. Wait a minute. Okay, that just disappeared. I don't know if y'all saw that. The button was just right there for a second. All right, let's go back over here. So, it may take a little bit. Sometimes it will take a little bit to load. All right, good to go. Come over here. I haven't subscribed. Wait. Well, that's a bugger. Oh well. All right, go to custom fields. So custom fields, this is a way to capture very specific type of information. And when I come down to it, I'm just thinking of like when it comes to budget, I want to make sure that like what, or actually, you know what, instead of budget, I'm going to do so yearly gross income. I want to figure out what they're doing as far as including expenses, not church rate, churn rate. That's what I'm looking for. Churn rate. All right. So you want to make sure that you're, let's go through here 1 second. Hello? Hey, I got you covered today. It's going to be a little bit, but I'll take care of it online. Did not know that. But I can't pay it online. Okay. I was just Um, there's no way I can pay it online. Uh, All right, sounds good. That's fine. I'm like, I've only got like 30 minutes of that. Like, all right. All right, so the custom fields, you want to make sure that you've actually got something down pat, because if you're collecting this information very, you just want to make sure this information is relevant to when they book an appointment, to a call, etc., that you're good to go, and that you can actually understand their needs instead of it just being a whole shotgun of information. So when you're able to when you're able to connect with people, and whether through from content to on the website, whatever the asset is, there's a lot of great things. We're going to dig into that a little bit more, but I don't want to overwhelm you here. So we'll continue this on the next side of it. And you can watch this bot being built from scratch as things grow with selling hardscapes. And you guys also too know that if you want to learn more about this, go to jeremywinger.com/home. And this is where you can actually get a membership to where you can learn this stuff already. There's guerrilla marketing tactics in there, and you can actually learn how I've been able to take brand new bots, increase the revenue of business owners, but also take old chatbots, refurbish them, revamp them, and create new or old, revitalize old revenue streams and bring in money without any paid advertising, without any massive cost out of your pocket. It's very useful, very practical, and it goes along with right now what's working in the marketplace. And you don't have to overwhelm yourself. There's no need to. Yeah, just keep it simple and understand your messaging, your offer is very crucial to people's development, and that you have a voice and a message that needs to get to the world. And I think it's worth 27 bucks a month, because if this can help save you time, at least 5 hours of time this month in studying, you'll have it made back in no time. So I hope this has helped you out. We'll jump into some more videos here later on, and just let me know if you have any questions in the comments.